Am I at the beginning again? No way. I think I am.
Chris, are you okay?
No.
Yeah, I'm fine.
We managed to intercept an email Lucas just sent out. Listen to this. Umbrella and Redfield have been taken care of. Dealing with them cost me some time. Cost them a lot more. But I can still get that data to you, but we're quits after that.
He thinks I'm dead. This might be our chance. Who'd he send it to?
We're still decrypting that. Just get Lucas.
Keep me posted.
Thinks he got us. It's facing us? Or the other way? I don't have a lockpick, do I? No, I have a knife. Use a knife. You can't jimmy it open. Oh well. At least they knew to respond. Wait, is that pointing towards me? But it's off? I think it is off. Huh. No garbage for me? Alright. Sitting there scrambling to figure out how to escape alive, and that dude has a video feed in the middle of my screen. I'm like, you need to go away now, man. I'm in a situation. Left or right? Huh. Oh yeah, I haven't been looking at my map at all. Partly because this place doesn't really have that kind of layout. There's a lot of need to backtrack and look around and figure out where your secrets were in the main game, but this is mostly run through each area once and you're pretty much set. I think. Locked from the other side. Okie dokie. You open? I'm surprised most of this area isn't deemed worthy of night vision. 5 minutes after dose, vomiting. Oh yeah, same photos we've seen elsewhere. 12 minutes after dose, cell calcification. Those are bad sounds. That's them in their weird gas state. Can they attack me? Let's have you prepped. In case. I think that's just the big guy. Tell me I don't have to fight him again. That was a pain in the ass. There's little creepy little monsters. They're like vaguely spider-like, but there's a nice little horror touch where they have an indeterminate number of weird little leg limbs, and they look like hands, and they're little finger limb creepy things. There's like a nonsensical number of them. They're sticking out in every direction. There's no symmetry to the creature like a real spider, so it's way worse. Because they're like these creepy nightmare monstrosities that don't make sense and don't seem put together for any particular sensical reason. Now, what are they trying to show by showing the gut? Oh yeah, they do all have the gut like that. Well, the other thing kept spitting out the monsters everywhere, so based on that, it's probably a bunch of hand babies that are inside its gut. Makes them all look distressingly reminiscent of like pregnant women. Meaning we're mining that same horror area as was in Alien. Was that the item I saw? Oh, I thought I was supposed to use the computer here or something. But it was just the bullets that I was avoiding. Whoops. I can't read it. Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to read it. Maybe somebody could image enhance it. Oh, it's the fuck you list. December or October 2014 edition. I can't read it, man. All I did was something with Zoe. Nah, none of them zoom in more. It is the fuck you list, though. What? I'm surprised I can't read it. Why not let me read it like every other item in the game? So this is where they're making them, isn't it? freaky how they're just spewing this shit everywhere. They're a constant source of fume. Might as well call them smokers, I guess. There's something I want down here. Hope that was worth the bullets. Hopefully there's something cool in here. Oh shit, where'd you come from? Was there even a blob down there? Back in the mansion, there was usually blobs everywhere to excuse where these monsters are spawning from. Now it's just a clean white room. It's a little harder to make sense of now. Oh. Who made these? They're really creepy. And I wasn't sure if this one was supposed to represent the girl at first. Evelyn or Eve or whatever. But that one's clearly supposed to be like the love interest character. Sorry, it's hard to remember their names after all these months. Yeah, those two. The weirdness of having real-life photos to represent what would then be 3D characters. But the 3D characters are probably based on the real-life models, people. They do that a lot nowadays, is have actors play every video game character. Not just the voice, but oftentimes somebody who play the body, too. Even if they're not even doing mocap, they'll at least be like a reference model. That's probably the people that were the reference models, even if they're not the ones that did mocap, if they're, whether there was or not. Oh, they were nice enough to give the 2 shots back that you had to use to go in this room. That's nice of them. Is this where they made her, I wonder? No. No, I think the history of them being on the boat and everything points at more than just being here. Gotta use these bullets up again. Hey, friendo, you gonna wake up? Ooh, boy. You dead now? Please? Gotcha. Alright, yeah. See prone enemy, do not trust. Do not assume dead. Fuck that. June 11, 2017. I'm sick of this guy Lucas. They just gave him my job as lead researcher. Who do they think I am? Why do I, a Stanford graduate with a master's in microbiology, have to work under this lunatic? All he does is mess around with test subjects, making them all fight each other and doing unnecessary autopsies. He's sick. He knows nothing about the E-Series mutamycetes potential. I'm going to report his behavior the next meeting with HQ. They do not like him. Why are there grenades here? Isn't this a medical facility? Why do you guys have grenades? And guns everywhere. I get the guns to some extent. It's like you're probably going to use them to deal with if you need to terminate a sample, the monsters. But the grenades? What kind of crazy extreme response is that? If you're running an operation that requires grenades to clean up periodically, then you're gonna have some expensive fucking repairs to do. Tried listening, but all I hear is me, I think. There's something walking around over there. Handgun ammo for days. Who's that? Oh yeah. That's the girl. The villain of the game. Oh, there's Jack. He just doesn't think I'm here.
Lucas.
You just... Oh, right, not Jack, Lucas. Different character. Mixing them up, sorry. I'm like, tell me you thought that and didn't say that out loud. Don't be announcing your presence. So Lucas hasn't heard all the gunfire I've been doing? You think I'd be announcing my presence pretty hard with what I've been doing so far. Am I powering this place down? Use my night vision against him? No. So far we've had no indication that Lucas has superpowers like the other ones in the group do, besides the healing, potentially. But everyone else is like a mega monster. So how about you? Nope, that's not how we're going through. Oh boy. That was close. Dude sets up fast, doesn't he? I killed off all the connections researchers. They were poking around where they weren't supposed to when I wasn't looking. But I knew exactly what they were up to. Probably didn't like having to report to me. So I threw them in a cage with them molded. They shit their pants and begged for their lives. I'm just worried I won't be able to hold back from laughing when I make the report that they met with an unfortunate accident. Probably a good time now to cut ties with the connections. I'm the only one who can really make good use of Evelyn's mold. Oh, so the connections is that... the connections is a pretty shitty name for an organization. Maybe they'll just get wiped out this DLC though, so we don't have to deal with them. Because that's not nearly as cool as like Umbrella or whatever. And lo and behold, their local researchers are all wiped out, and he's planning on betraying the rest of them. Giving me no real reason to connect with the rest. Ooh, a save point. How nice of you to give me a spot like this. Sent Thursday, July 20th, 2017, 10:22 a.m. Things got a little bit out of hand, but I took care of it. I'm sending the E-data now. It shouldn't take too long. After it goes through, I'm out of here. That's what he was typing when I got here. That's not what his screen says though. It's the fuck you list. I can see it. That's just the only part I can really make out. The old man slapped me right in the face for checking my phone during dinner. Fuck you. I can't say one word about Mama's cooking without getting yelled at. Fuck you. All I did was look in on Zoe when she was doing yoga and she calls me a pervert. Fuck you. The old man... The old man at drunk and started throwing all my something into that red box out in the somethings. Fuck you. I don't know. That one's the hardest one to read. Man, that's almost as hard as writing in Myst games. Haha, topical. I actually have nothing I want to put away. Maybe the key, but it might still be of use. Hard to say. God damn. I'm only getting more ammo. You unlocked it? Oh, this is the door that was locked from the other side. That was earlier. They started the hype music, like it's gonna be super tense and pulse pounding right now, but it's the part of the mission where I'm gonna stop and read some documents and like manage my inventory and store some items and save and stuff like that. So not quite what they were going for, perhaps. All these cards have the same symbol. His symbol. Alright. Need a way to deal with that. I've got my lockpick, I've got an incendiary grenade, neurostun. Can't neurostun a Something like that. Might be able to blow it up with a grenade, or they might not be damageable. I'm not really sure. But I still haven't found smoke grenades, which is what I kind of thought would be how you deal with those guys. Ah. Did open the back door, though. But he ran that way, so like looping around isn't helpful. I'll just end up going back through places I already was. Oh! That's where the lockpick box was. Might as well do that. Could you stop? How can I not dismantle this in any way? I don't understand how there's not like an option to do anything to this thing. It's so barely put together and I can't just like unplug something. That part's held together by pliers. Come on, man. Be slightly proactive, Chris. You pain in the ass. Look, what the fuck? But that's the lockbox I want to use. There's gotta be a trick, right? Because both directions... Oops. Both directions I want to go in have the lockbox problem. I mean the turret problem. Did that do it? I heard a sound. Grenades break them. Okay. Son of a bitch. That means that that one level where I went looping around in 17 different directions, I could have thrown one grenade at that series of turrets and it would have taken them all out. And then I would have been good. Son of a bitch. What did I even just get? I didn't pay attention. It's fine. It's just... it's crap that stacks into my existing resource pool. Honestly, I don't notice half the things I pick up because I just add to the pile of ammo and whatnot. Saving's not always super necessary in these games just because of the fact that, there's checkpoints, thankfully. That apparently got it, even though it looked like it super missed. Cool. Hiding something cool over here? Now we know there's shotguns in the, now we know why they give you, grenades in this level, so you need them to get past the turrets. Oh, hello, boss fight room. Clearly.
How the hell are you still alive? You should be dead.
We got your emails. We know you're funneling info to someone.
That's none of your goddamn business, Chris. A lot of people out there want to know about our little AV. A lot of people.
Your friends, the connections, know about this? They don't strike me as the forgiving type.
That's my business. You let me worry about that. You're about to have your hands full.
Oh, the level design made that pretty clear. The complete ridiculous overabundance of resources. Oh my god. What the fuck? Got 120 spare shots for my shotgun. I don't think I'm going to be using a lot of pistol ammo, but I got it if I need it. I just am inclined to stick with my mega shots. Oh, Jesus. Wow, it was literally impossible for you to come from that direction. You dirty cheater.
I can't. I don't. No. I don't believe it.
Believe it. It's over.
No. No way.
Just shut up and accept it, Lucas.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? Oh boy.
So this is what it feels like.
We've got a situation down here.
Infection is at critical mass.
Tell me something I don't know.
Oh, I've got something for you. You're fucking screwed.
You're going to need to proceed with caution. Extreme caution.
Oh, well, that's different. Like it haven't been since we got here.
Get off of him. Why are you... First of all, fade to black? What the hell? What's happening right now? But also, like, why were we just crouching on him? Okay. I guess they didn't want to animate what happened in the middle there. Okay. That's nice. Okay.
You had to come in here and mess things up, didn't you?
How's he even regenerating? I shot him with the anti-regen bullet when this started. Yeah. God, you move like you're actually in a swamp, even when you're not. That never goes away, does it? Don't know what that was. It's fine. Okay. Ask you to stop real quick. Oh, I'm trapped here. That's bad. Bye-bye. Serpentine, 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 serpentine. Serpentine, 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 serpentine. Serpentine, serpentine. Was that helping? I was like, maybe I'll try the anti-regen bullet, maybe that'll help. He seems like he's having a good time. Uh-oh. I don't think he's having a good time. Oh, great, I'm dying. Thanks. Thanks for that.
Thanks for the advice.
Oxygen supply station ready for service.
Ow. Get that healing. Ow. Get behind the thing.
I'm starting to run low on oxygen.
Yes, I am. I am aware of the problem, Chris. Ow.
Not much oxygen left.
Yeah, Chris. I get it. Let me see the weak spot, damn it. Ow. That was an abrupt death. Went from yellow to dead. He kind of comboed me. I am definitely caught in one of those situations where I'm like, I just can't tell how to hurt him. Like, should I just be shooting him as fast as possible? What? I like how it acts like the whole cutscene didn't happen. Like, am I supposed to just shoot him a lot with no strategy of any kind? Is how this goes? Shit. I feel like this whole game set up that ammo type, so I could, surely it matters, right? But I don't know. Okay, that went faster. That's a good sign, right?
The air contamination is going off the charts. Kill that thing before your air tank gives out.
Thanks for the advice.
Oxygen supply station ready for service.
So the real answer is use the mega ammo a lot, apparently.
Game over.
Finally. Chris, the data transfer is almost complete.
How do I stop it?
You need to find a way to shut down the server. There may be some transformer relays you can... Okay, that worked. Gonna be some pissed computer techs up here, but...
Cry me a river. What's the sit rep?
The facility is clear. Even the newer breeds have been neutralized.
Then I'm out of here.
Perimeter wall is up and operational.
Good. Think we did any good here?
Not for them, unfortunately. But the mold is contained. Hopefully, they're Evie's last victims.
Hopefully.
Chris, there's a call for you. You need to take it back at the camp.
All right. I'm on my way.
Well, alrighty then. There goes Not a Hero, one of the many DLC expansions. God damn, there's a lot. There's like a bizarre amount of DLC for this game so far. But it's fine as an expansion to the story, I suppose, and that it's a chance for them to clean up where Lucas went, which is like the one guy you don't fight or do anything with in the main game. I kind of liked how Lucas was, though. I kind of liked that he was this mischievous background character that, like, not background character because he's clearly a main part of the story, but like he's physically in the background, and that's where he thrives. He's like running around and scurrying and setting traps and having his machinations and whatnot. So having him boil down to another, like, I'm a big old Resident Evil looking monster. I look kind of like Nemesis. I'm gonna try to punch you. You better shoot my glowy tumor on my chest. I'm like, this is just, he went from being Lucas, which was kind of something different, to being the quintessential, like, Omni Resident Evil boss dude man, which is kind of a bummer. Just not as interesting. And what they did with him as far as traps and stuff goes, also just like none of this was really as interesting as the main. Is it Ethan? Is that his name? The main character of the main campaign's experiences with him, with the creepy happy birthday trap and the using tapes in order to see the future, in order to tell what happens and stuff like that. His weird little traps that he set up in the first place, like tricking you into going up to a door and then having the side of the spikes come down, like all these different things he did throughout the game were like there was just more fun, interesting stuff going on with Lucas in the main game, I think, than in this DLC that was dedicated entirely to dealing with him. It's also a bummer that the new enemies are old enemies but white. I guess it fits with the story that they're a variant of the existing enemies, so that kind of works to some extent, and their only real difference is that they're invincible. I think the most interesting change was probably the addition of the creepy the grabby claw facehugger monsters, but those are really facehuggers, like especially when they jump at you and you get the full face filling screen version of them. Like that seems to be, they seemed very explicitly based on the facehugger encounters in Alien Isolation in particular, except without the instant death part, because goddamn were those things brutal. It was all right though. Somebody said that this DLC was awful, so I kind of had lower expectations going in than I ended up seeing, which I think was overall pretty all right. Looks like I got half the coins, 5 out of 10. I was happy that it wasn't just a corridor shooter where you just blindly run in a straight line. Like you do this kind of what's that one symbol called? It looks like a hashtag or a pound sign, but it's got like the squiggles in all the corners. It's that kind of thing, like a derby, like a Pinewood Derby racer little track where it goes in loops on itself over and over again. Like each path was kind of linear, but you were looping back to a spot that was like your HQ. So even if the spirit of the DLC was to not do that, they kind of followed through a little bit with the design of the main game. A little disappointed there's no tape. Maybe I missed it or something, but it would have been kind of cool to have a tape that explains more of what's going on around you, just like they did in the main game. Those are usually neat segments where you play from some other character's perspective and it gives you some additional insight. They're also like leaning really heavy onto the same storyline as the last game for Chris, because Chris's Resident Evil 6 campaign was all about him dealing with the fact that all of his comrades died in front of him, and then he is gonna give up, and Pierce is getting him to get back in action only to then himself become a sacrifice, and that loop keeps happening. And then they follow up by his next story being Resident Evil 7, where he once again, well, his next story was arguably in Revelations. Was he in Revelations? I think he was, but before long he's back in this game where he once again is losing his comrades one by one. It's like I'm gonna get you for revenge for killing all my comrades, because this is my only character motivation in every game apparently. That's slightly weird. I don't know. Yeah, overall it's a fine DLC, but it's inherently required to be a micro content. Like it can't be as big as the main game. And the main game's expansive nature of going in and out of this one mansion and the surrounding areas was generally its strength. Whereas I think a lot of people think the game gets worse when you go to the part where you get on the boat and stuff like that, and you get this like side chapter that's isolated from the main part of the game. And I think that's what this kind of felt like. It was like another boat chapter where it's like, we're moving away from the strength of the game to a weird separate area that has a different feel that kind of works and kind of doesn't work for a variety of reasons. I will say the boss fights were way less interesting, that's for sure. Both of the Jack boss fights, while frustrating sometimes because you can't tell exactly what you're expected to do on your first try sometimes, but they're like a cool novelty at the very least. And the bug lady boss fight was also pretty interesting generally, and there's a lot of little memorable scenes throughout. But this one was 2 boss fights where you just fight a really big thing that tries to run at you a bit here and there, and the gimmick is that you shoot it a lot, and that's all that's really going on. I like the idea of the special ammo that you have to conserve and think about when to use, but clearly I didn't have to make that many decisions throughout about when to use it. I was fine mostly just conserving it, and then I got to blow it all into the final boss fight, so I guess that was my reward or something. Maybe. Huh. Because it took 2 hours. Difficulty professional unlocked. Thor's Hammer Site B. Missed 2 files. I think part of the importance of the tapes was also a pacing thing and a change of play, because in video games, changing the gameplay style periodically or the context of your interactions on a regular basis makes the pacing better and makes the experience feel more varied and interesting. So I think that's why they use the tapes in the main campaign, is you play as a different character with different equipment or no equipment, and you have to do stuff differently. Namely when you play as the girlfriend who has to like do stealth sections and stuff like that. Like that was a change of gameplay. So like that's it would be suited to add it in, but it is only a 2-hour thing, I suppose. I've talked about it enough at this point. See you guys next time.